Hello, once again this is Al Itland. This video is a continuation of a number of videos that deal with the DC Rack project, which is basically using Visio to document data centers. In a previous video, the visRackSLDE video, we introduced a piece of software that allowed us to access the SQL Server database that we're using for our data store. The visRackSLDE demo project uses POCO, which is plain old CLR objects, to provide the structure to get to the data. This is a client-based solution. The intent is it would be WinForms with either SQL Server on an enterprise server or SQL Server Express on the client machine. What we're looking at here is basically the form that we used within that project to allow us to access the tables, add, delete, and update records. If your management is like the guys I worked for, about 10 seconds after you've shown them the client-based solution, they're going to ask you, well, how does the rest of the team get to the data if it's running on your system? This obviously drives you towards a server-based solution with web infrastructure. What we're going to look at next is the visRack silverlight data entry application, where the visRackSLDE solution was POCO. This one will use Entity Framework. It will be web-based with a client. As we've done in the other videos, let's look at how it runs first before we get into the code. This is a very simple skeleton application that does the create, read, update, and delete functions. It gives us access to the individual tables, for instance, location, the table. We can do, for some of these views, we can search for instance, Evanston. It will find the record. We can then use a data form to edit the record. We'll cancel. We can, let's come down here to draw. We can create a new record. We have authentication in the application, so it asks us to log in. Now we can create the record by skeleton. What I'm saying is there is no data validation behind this. This is intended just to demonstrate the fact that we can in fact do web access against the tables. Let's do a doc name, page name, generic, yes, none, me. As in other implementations, what we've done is we've put the created record into the in-store data cache. It has not been sent up to the database yet. We can submit it, and it comes back, and there's the record that we've just created. We can also delete it, and that sends it away. Obviously, if you're going to be working with a lot of records, this application uses Windows Communications Foundation with the Rich Internet Application, WCF RIA. We have data paging. And there it is. It's relatively simple. It just takes a lot of tables to get to it. Let's look at the application. Once again, the application uses an entity data model. We'll open that up. We're looking at the database that's on SQL. If we come into what we've done, though, is where you have the opportunity to create a single service for this data model. What we did was we split up the individual tables into individual data domain services. For instance, for the disk, we'll have logical disk, physical disk, and external storage. The reason we did that is it gives us the ability to be more flexible in changes. We can go change a single table without having to come back and rebuild the entire service. Just as we've done this separation of tables by base functions in the website, we've also done that for our views on the client side. And for each of the tables, there's an add view, and then there's also a view that gives us the read, update, and delete functions. Hope this helps, adds more value to what you guys are doing. Have a great day. This is Al Edlin.